So, welcome to the video. Whenever you're watching this, I hope you're having an amazing day or night, depending on when you're watching this. A little bit about me. My name is Mula. I'm the founder and CEO of Retric Solutions, and we build and implement AI automated systems into law firms' workflows to help them get their time back and overall work efficiently. So, like I said in the email that I sent you where you click this video, this is an overview of the lead nurturing system that will help you kind of get back those leads that might be falling through your sales funnel. So with that being said, I hope I don't take much of your time, but I promise if you watch through the whole video, you'll learn as much as possible. And like I said, this is the overview of the lead nurturing system that we'll build for you using automation tools and all that stuff. That way, you're only focusing on delivering the best results for your clients. So with that being said, let's jump into it. As you can see, this is my screen right here. This is the overview of the lead nurturing system, but I'll go through each step and kind of explain it how it goes. So this is the golden follow-up system, right? And why should you even follow up at all with your leads that come in, right? Between work, family, and their mortgage, people forget about everything: doctor's appointments, their taxes, and even their in-laws, right? By following up, you are communicating that you are a real, genuine person. By following up on a message, you reinforce that they signed up in the first place, right? By following up, you are connecting the dots between their goals and your solution. So when somebody fills out the lead form or the form on your website, they're essentially giving you a permission to reach out to them because one, they're in dire need of legal representation, hence why they filled out the form on your website. So, and the other thing, I don't know if you know about that case study that was done, that basically, to summarize it, it was like, if you don't follow up with the lead, or if you don't get in contact with the lead within the first 5 minutes of them signing up, the chances of them converting goes down by 50% after 5 minutes. So, and then the longer you wait, each minute it goes down by 10%. So if your current intake process or your lead nurturing system takes longer than 5 minutes to contact each and every single lead that comes in, then you might be in trouble, right? So that's why, one, you need a lead nurturing system in place that's automatic, works 24/7, and never goes to sleep, right? So moving on, if you aren't genuine with your follow-up, your potential customers will know and go elsewhere. When you follow up consistently with an honest desire to connect with real life people, they will notice and they are appreciated, right? By following up, you are expressing the confidence you have in your ability to fix their problem. And by fixing that, you can alleviate their pains and move them towards their goal, right? So since they reached out to you, you are the best you are the best representative for them, depending on what area of practice you serve. But essentially, when they fill out their form, obviously they looked over your website a little bit. So fingers crossed your website is on point. If it's not, then we could help you out with that. But essentially, the reason why we're following up with them is not to bombard them and to get the deal closed as fast as possible. Yes, that's one of the goals, but the main goal is to help them solve their problem or fix their problem, like I said right here, right? Because at the end of the day, they're reaching out to you because they need legal representation for their whatever they're going through. And as a lawyer and as a law firm owner and a law firm in general, you are there to help people with their problems. And again, you are the best representative for them. So that's why we're following up with them, to make sure that they are all good. But with all follow-ups, we need to know when to stop, right? So you stop following up when they say stop following up. No sooner, no later. Just because they ignored your text or voicemail doesn't mean they hate you. You aren't spamming. You are following up with what they genuinely signed up for, right? Because again, they submitted their information via your marketing efforts, Facebook ads, Google ads, or your website. They filled out that form and they click submit, and they click the disclaimer button before they hit submit. So they are aware that you will be in contact with them shortly, right? So yeah, until they tell you to stop, the automation system or you in general should continue following up with them. And when I say follow up, I mean educating them on your services, your wins, anything positive about your firm, your mission statements, anything that will be beneficial for them to know that you are the best representative for them. That's what I mean when I say following up. Keep in mind that people are super busy and life almost always gets in the way, but they provided their information and became a lead for a reason. Keep reaching out until the prospect tells you they are no longer interested in your service or offer, essentially, right? So yeah, that's the main reason why you should follow up, because once we build the system, obviously we'll set the boundaries on when to send, how to send it, and if we get a reply back saying stop, then we stop sending the follow up. So day one, when lead was captured, so after they submit their information on your lead forms or your marketing efforts, whether it's Facebook, Google Ads, referrals, whatever the lead comes from, after they submit the form, your intake specialist obviously will get the notification that there's a new lead came in. So either you or your intake specialist will give them a call. If they don't answer, then the automation takes place and sends a text and an email to them. The content on the messages on the text and emails is basically kind of like saying a thank you for submitting your information. We look forward to we received your information and we look forward to having you on a consultation call, blah blah blah, and then sends them a link to book a schedule call, right? So let's say for example I use Calendly. If you don't know what Calendly is, I highly recommend you use Calendly. So yeah, Calendly allows you to book in appointments. That way you avoid all the back and forth emails of when are you available, does this time work for you, etc. Basically, on the automation, once the lead sends in their information, your intake specialist gives them a call. If they don't answer, then the automation kicks in and sends them this link along with the thank you, we received your message, etc. That way the prospect has the option to select a date and a time that works best for them. That way, again, you avoid the back and forth emails of finding availability, etc. Right? And it just makes it easier for both of you guys. So, yeah, whether you have your consultations via Zoom or in person, Calendly is the best way to manage your time wisely. Whether you have more appointments or less appointments, it just makes everything easier, right? So, yeah, so that's day one. We'll call it, you'll call again during day one. So let's say the lead came in the morning, you call them again in the evening, depending on how many leads you get. Obviously, you are a busy person, and obviously, you're not spending all of your time in front of your phone. So, whether you do calls or not, it's all up to you. But essentially, what the lead nurturing system basically is there to help you get your time back. So, you or your intake specialist isn't just stuck on their phone. They could actually do something else, etc. So, yeah, this lead nurturing system is a little bit intense, but depending on your current workflow, we could adjust it, etc. Right? But the main thing is that the text and emails are always on 24/7, right? So, yeah, double dial meaning. What? Let me explain that a little bit. If no answer on attempt one, call them again seconds after attempt one. This will break the silence mode on the mobile phone, meaning the phone will ring, which will increase our chances of an answer. So I don't know if you have an iPhone or Android, whatever phone you use, whether you have when you have your phone on silent mode, if somebody calls you twice, like let's say I call you the first time, it doesn't ring because obviously it's on silent mode. But if I hang up and call you again, the phone will ring, and that way there's a higher chance of you answering the phone, etc. So I hope that makes sense, right? So the automation will go on for the lead nurturing system goes on for day one, day two, day three, day four, all the way to day 30, right? Repeating the same process, sending a text, email, etc. Because after the first day you call them, they don't answer. You're getting more leads in anyway, so you're not gonna call them every single day. Depending on how many intake specialists you have, You might not be calling them every single day, but the automation is warming the lead up every single day by sending in texts and emails. And the texts and emails are not just generic stuff, they're more like educational slash informational stuff about your firm. So, all your wins, testimonials, anything positive about your firm that will make it easier for you to um, onboard the client on the consultation call, that's what we're sending them. So, any informational stuff that uh, the lead needs to know or would be beneficial for them to know is what we're sending them, right? So, yeah. Um, this lead follow up process may seem extreme, and that's because it is. However, it is one of the most effective lead nurturing processes in the world. You will get the results if you use this system. Because again, the system, the automated system is on 24/7. Whether you are asleep, you're sick, whatever the case may be, the as long as more leads are coming in from your marketing efforts, they're always being warmed up. That way, you're getting an ROI on your marketing efforts. Because if you follow up with them once, maybe twice, they might forget about you, and that way you just spent money on Facebook or Google, and then if they don't convert it to clients, then it doesn't really make sense to continue putting money on Facebook ads, right? So I hope that makes sense. So we're sending them this link in addition to your to the information that we're sending them to warm them up, right? And if let's say after day 3, they've read the text and email, and they're like, oh yeah, I need to talk to my lawyer or get a lawyer ASAP for my situation that he or she is handling, and they click the link, they book a call, right? Once they book a call, they get taken out of the original lead nurturing system and they get added into the appointment reminder process. So timing is everything. Your first contact, whether it's text, email, or phone call, should be within 5 to 10 minutes of receiving the lead. So, like I said, this practice makes contact up to 80% more likely to book a call or convert them into a paying client. So, yeah, I'll go over the best practices first before I talk about the appointment reminder process. So, best practices: be the solution. When you call these leads, remember you are offering a solution to a major problem they have. You're not bothering them. You're doing them a favor, and they will appreciate the continued follow up if you do it nicely and professionally, right? Because again, they signed up on your website or your law firm's website, meaning they have a situation that they need to representation for, right? So by us following up with them, we're not spamming them or bombarding them or bothering them in general. We're essentially like, hey, you signed up for this, and the longer you wait, the higher the chances of you not getting your problem fixed, right? So by us following up with them, we've reminded them like, hey, let's get this problem for you sorted out as soon as possible, right? Make it personal. Have a dedicated person or team follow up on the leads and establish a personal connection. You already know this because obviously, if you're doing everything yourself, obviously on the phone or via email, text, you're sympathetic with the lead, right? You're trying to understand their issues that they're going through and how you can help them as much as possible, right? So whether you do it or you have an intake specialist, uh, this is where they come in. You're trying to make it personal because at the end of the day, even though the goal is to make them a client, the overall goal in general is to change their lives because, as like I said before, you are the best representation for them, right? So send personalized text and be professional and caring, not cold and corporate, right? So that's what we'll do. The text and emails will be personalized, and then on the phone, whether it's you or your intake specialist, obviously you will be empathetic and understanding of the lead situation, right? A lead is a lead. Every lead has taken an action showing they're interested. If you don't get a hold of them this month, try again next month, right? So that's why this lead nurturing process is so intense, because it goes on as soon as they sign up, it continues until the lead tells us to stop. Or as soon as they text stop on the either a text or email, then obviously the automation will stop right there. If it's over the phone call, if you call them and they say, I actually found somebody else. Thank you. Stop calling me. Boom. You just take them out of your CRM, and then you move on to the next, right? So moving on to the appointment reminder process, right? So schedule appointments within 2 to 4 days of contacting the lead, right? Do not schedule them out further. Keep the momentum and get them in quick. Offer them a spot the same day if possible, right? So depending on how busy you are and how many clients you are, obviously your schedule might look different. But for me, what I do is if you look at my calendar real quick, I kind of put it 9 days in advance. Instead of having the full month open for next month, I don't know why it's not clicking, but yeah, instead of having all of November, all of December open, it makes it so much harder for them to pick a date and a time, because they might pick a date and a time uh January 2024, and then they end up forgetting that they even booked an appointment with you, right? So by kind of shortening the window of booking a consultation with you, it kind of makes the whole process go faster. But then again, if you use Calendly, obviously it's connected with your calendar. That way they get to see what days you have available and what days you don't, and what times you are available and whatnot. So yeah, that's why I highly recommend using Calendly if you don't use it already, right? So after they sign up, we'll send them a calendar invite, send them a text and email. So when, like I said, whether you're doing your consultation via phone or Zoom link or in person, that's where this first text and email is for. Just kind of reminding them, hey, thanks for scheduling an appointment. We look forward to speaking with you soon. By the way, this is the date and the time that you scheduled. And if it's in person, this is the location of the law firm. We're open at this time to this time, blah, 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 right? And then let's say, for example, if they booked in the day of, then obviously this whole other process will skip it. But let's say you put in between that let's say 9 day window, and they booked in on the ninth day is when they have their consultation, right? So from day one all the way to day 9, they'll get consistent reminders saying, hey, just a reminder, you have an appointment with us at this day, at this time, at this location, etc., right? Kind of just keep being fresh in their minds. That way they don't you have a less likely of them to not show up on the appointment, right? So that's where all these automations will take place, to kind of just, again, keep fresh in their minds, etc. And then for some reason, after all the follow-ups, they do not show up or they cancel the appointment, it's totally fine. Again, things happen in life. So if they cancel the appointment, they'll be automatically added back to the lead nurturing process, right? It won't start at day 1, so it'll just continue where they left off. So if they stopped at day 4, day 4, when we sent them another informational piece about your firm, another testimonial, anything educational, etc. If they stopped here and then they booked an appointment and then they got moved to this side, the appointment reminder process, but they canceled, right? They'll be taken out of the appointment reminder process and then added back to day 4 or day 5, essentially, because they already got the day 4 email and text. So yeah, I really hope that makes sense. Again, this is an overview of how the whole system looks like. Obviously, this is a simplified version for the video sake. I don't want it to be too long or confuse you too much, but essentially this is how the whole system will work. And obviously once we build it once, it will work for you 24/7. That way you're nurturing your leads as they come in, instead of doing everything manually and having leads fall out of your sales funnel. So yeah, I'm really confident in this system that will work for you, and I look forward to working with you soon. If you have any more questions, just schedule a call with me below this video in the description. There's my Calendly right there. It will look something like this as well. You select a date and a time that works best for you, and then we'll go from there. So with that being said, thank you so much for watching this short video. I hope you found it valuable, and I look forward to speaking with you soon.